And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Team Vitality. It is Zoun. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. We go. As the girl that does open up, is moving out. And here is moving out across the map. Zoun back at home, going for his own standard setup. We'll keep an eye on any kind of shenanigans in regards to proxy pylons. I mean, welcome to Tokamak. Tokamak is one of the larger maps of the map pool, a longer distance by ground, very large, a lot of places to hide proxies as well. And Zoun, he does skirt around the edge of the map. So far, 2-gate opener out of Zoun, likewise 2-gate opener out of Gerald. Zoun making his way towards one of the common proxy locations, right here outside of the gold, and he is going for it. Okay, now if you know anything about Zoun's PvP, you'll know that he is hyper aggressive. I think the best example of that, if you're watching GSL Season 2, and I do recommend the VODs because we did cast it, we did cast every single match in GSL, Zoun versus Hero, if you remember, Zoun did cannon rush Hero. he cannon rush Hero, and he all-in every single game. Like, without fail, Zoun, he did nothing but all-in. 1 base all-in, 2 base all-ins against Hero. Here, I expect something similar, as we do have our proxy, and we're expecting a Robo once Cybercore is done. We could see a Stargate in this position. True, we could see a Stargate. But that's a Robo. 1 base all-in. So 1 base all-in out of Zoun. So Zoun is committed. Checking Gerald's vision. He is aware that the pylon is missing, but he's locked in. He's going to be locked in. So limited scouting here from Gerald. He knows that there's a proxy. He knows that something is wrong. And it's on Gerald to find it. See Gerald scouting the right-hand side. Does check the right-hand side. Zoun going in for his own scout. Confirms that there's no proxy. Confirms the standard opener. It's going to be chased down. Behind this, he's building up. And we'll see where he takes us. So here we go, we have the Immortal on the way. Gerald, he has yet to fully confirm, but at this point he can assume. So back at home we have a shield battery in the mineral line. That's to defend against the Stargate. He's not fully aware. He's looking to expand. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. As Gerald, he is misreading this. So basically, he's preparing for a proxy Stargate when it's a proxy Robo. Immortal is amassing. Already moving out. Catching out the first Stalker. Oh no! Yeah, it does catch him out. 1 Stalker goes down. Now going for the second. And they block him in. Nice control there by Zoun. That's 2 Stalkers already falling. And Gerald's in trouble. He's in danger. He throws out his own Robo. This is a late Robo here by Gerald. Likewise, no shield batteries. Yeah, no shield batteries, no setup. This base should be denied. Prism has arrived as well. Tell Micro back and to reinforce. Aye. Now, there are sentries, so Gerald, he can force field the ramp, but that's what the Prism is for. So he can try to force out those force fields. Even just going for the gateways. There's a cancellation. Let's cancel the Nexus. Gateway goes down. Gerald down to 1 gateway. He has 2 more on the way, getting 3 in total. Force fields there buying some time. Oh, the counter force field gets a sentry. Picks off a sentry. Zoun pushing in. That's a lot of adepts. Oh. Yeah, it does juggle over the wall, over the force field. Sentry goes down. Adepts, they commit to the shade. Probe's going to be falling. And Gerald, he's broken through. He's broken into the main. Ay, ay, ay. Boys are being pulled. Gerald's getting desperate. He's out of 3 stalkers. And he's pulling the boys into Adepts as well. Ah, God. Yeah, it's not pretty here. Second Immortal moves in. And again, it was just a late realization from Gerald. It was a late scout, late reaction. He did misread the proxy. So he was just not ready for this. Gigamba, papi. Gigamba. It's the risk you take. And with that, Zoun does commit in. Takes out the final Immortal. GG gets called. And Zoun, he will overwhelm. Zoun, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, unfortunately, Gerald, he didn't scout the proxy, so he was working with very limited information. He went for a shield battery in the main base mineral line that is designed to defend against a proxy Stargate, and he was expanding, so he was convinced that it was not a proxy robo, or I say convinced, he was just taking a risk. He was taking a risk, taking a chance. He was hoping that it wouldn't be a proxy robo, but it was. Unfortunately, he had a delayed robo himself. He had no defensive shield batteries. He had no defensive setup. So it was just a really shaky defense there from Gerald, just because he was not fully aware of what was happening. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into Persephone. Here we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have our South Korean Protoss player. We have our red Protoss representing Team Vitality. It is Zoun. Zero clean defense that works against both Robo or Stargate, aside from not expanding. There is, but the problem there is that for all Gerald knew, so a couple of things. Because he didn't scout the proxy, all he really knew was that there was a pylon missing. That he knew 100%. That he knew 100%. The pylon was missing, so there could be a Stargate, there could be a Robo, there could be a gateway, or there could be nothing. It could be a fake proxy pylon, which is also common in PvP. So you can go for a harder response and a more defensive response, which will keep you safe against a proxy Stargate and a Robo, but it sets you behind if it was a fake out and if Zoun expanded, right? Like that's the that's like the risk. The problem with that is, unfortunately, is right. For all Gerald knew, there could be a nexus on the way. Because if you remember, his probe got locked into the main and got sniped, so he couldn't check the natural either. So yeah, just a really rough setup there for Gerald. Otherwise, you could blindly go for a shield battery in the mineral line and blindly open Robo, or blindly open Stargates and stay on one base and delay your expansion. So like there is like a safer opener that you can go for, but again, then you get set behind if your opponent faked you out, right? And if they just expanded. So PvP can be very intense. Very intense, man. Very intense. For now, double gate, 2-gate opener. Pylons in the main base, pylon in the main for Geralt as well. This time, standard openers. Standard openers, it's going to be a economic setup here and a safe setup out of Zoun. And Geralt's going to be going for a more aggressive opener, double stalker. Double stalker here out of Geralt. We see Zoun going for the pylon block. This pylon block will delay the expansion. We'll also get eyes on the first 2 units of choice, or at least typically will. We see Gerald keeping his stalkers back. Oh. And Zoun, he will miss the scout. He will not confirm the 2 stalkers. Does that a finish, and with that, he will lose the pylon. So there's a bit of a give and take here. Zoun, he will get away with a faster Nexus. Meanwhile, Gerald goes for a faster Stargate. So Stargate opener out of Gerald. This will be for an Oracle opener to harass across the map. Gerald, he will have a delayed expansion because of the pylon block, but it's going to be on the way, delayed by a couple of seconds. And we'll see what Gerald can get done. As he moves out, because of the Sentry opener, bam, Zoun scouts. Zoun is able to move out across the map, and he will get a full scout of the main, and Zoun, he will confirm the Stargate. So Zoun is aware. Zoun, he will soon be getting a shield battery in the main. Now, keeping up with the main army. Shield battery is done. Zoun being active on the right-hand side. Interesting. You have my attention. Oh, setting up a proxy. Okay. Zoun is setting up. There's that shield battery in the main base mineral line. Again, a shield battery does keep your economy safe from one oracle. It doesn't keep you safe from 2 oracles, but that's, you know, a problem for a minute from now. Let's see, first oracle does head out across the map. Shield battery is going to be done in time as sentries are in position to defend. Hallucination will confirm the oracle. And Zoun knows. Zoun, he does rotate, trying to keep up. The oracle is zoned away. Pylon is done, and we're waiting for the gateway. As the oracle does take a lot of damage, does take a lot of hits. Zoun throws down the proxy gateway, he moves out with everything he has. At the same time, we do have 2 adepts threatening the natural. They do look to shade in. 2 adepts taking 1-shot probes. Oracle into the main, going for the stasis. Stasis trap is on the way. Ooh, never mind, is punished. He's shut down. Adepts are wreaking havoc. A lot of probes are falling. Nice damage here from Gerald, but at the same time, Zoun, he commits. Zoun, he doesn't care. He's pushing across the map. He's warping in. Zoun forcing himself all in. As he will lose 6 probes across the map. Like, this is good damage from Gerald, but can he survive? Can he defend? Goes back in. Stasis goes off. Zoun does have force fields. Blink is done in 10 seconds. Needs a little bit more time. And he can blink into the main. Oh, God. He can blink into the main. Gerald trying to set up. Throws down a second pylon. Shield battery as well. Dives in. Takes down the first stalker. Gets one. And gets one stalker. Zoun, he does blink down. Nice force fields. Locks down another 2. Another 2 stalkers. Wasting shield battery NG as well. Not bad. No losing a single unit so far. And Zoun is all in. Remember, no economy. There's nothing here at the natural. He was crippled. Oh. Shield batteries are running out of NG. Another stalker goes down. Once again, nice force fields. Isolating that sentry. Yeah, sentry falls and Gerald, he just can't engage. Yeah, so many stalkers just a little bit too far behind. He's pinned against the wall. Boys are being pulled. And Zoun just keeps warping in. He just keeps on going. More stalkers on the way. Blinks on forward. Oof. He can 2-shot. And Gerald, he's being overwhelmed. He's down to 4 stalkers, down to 3. 3 stalkers left, down to 2. And with that, he just does not have enough to survive this. Again, he did amazing damage earlier and still killing probes or still denying mining. But he just did not have enough. Zoun, he just committed, he just doubled down. A nice control out of Zoun as well. Zoun, he will kill everything. Yeah, the final stalker falls down to early probes. 1 stalker left, let's go. 1 stalker remaining, no. Goes down as well. And with that, Zoun is done. He has broken Gerald. Getting the final stalker. Gerald microing his heart out. But there's nothing left. GG gets called, and Zoun, he will claim the series 2-0, taking down Gerald. GG. GG, well played. Again, Gerald, he was able to do some nice economic damage. Unfortunately, he just wasn't ready for that kind of defense. He wasn't, or at least it seemed like he wasn't really expecting Zoun to commit that hard to the counterattack, to just go for the all-in. Unfortunately, Gerald, he didn't scout the proxy on the right-hand side. So upon not knowing that there was a proxy, he didn't know how many gateways there really were for Zoun, and didn't realize that he could reinforce almost instantly across the map, as hard as he was. Defensively, we saw that Gerald, he was trying to get some shield batteries up and running. They were helping, they were giving him some time, but eventually he was overwhelmed, and he had just a really hard time fighting as well. It was really crucial that we saw Zoun using the SimCity against Gerald. I don't know if you remember, but because of the placement of the shield batteries, when Gerald was trying to fight, he could only attack with like 3 stalkers at a time. The rest of his stalkers were pinned behind the army and behind the shield batteries as well. So he was pushing into a concave. He wasn't really being able to make use of his entire army either. Again, the Nexus, the shield batteries, all the building placements were just working against Gerald, trying to defend and trying to hold his own. GG. GG well played. Also really good force fields. That also helps, right? The force fields also did help when it came to just zoning back the army. And Zoun does take it. And with that, we're going to be following Zoun into his next matchup here. Again, Zoun coming in as one of the heavy hitters in the HomeStory Cup, but one of the few Koreans to travel. It was Zoun, Ryung, and Luna C that did travel to HomeStory Cup to Germany to compete and to take part. And Zoun now goes up against Moja in a PvT. Let's go. Do we see more mech? It's possible. It is possible. As game 1 is going to be on Tokamak.